Barukatah Yahweh, Barukatah Yahweh. Now for the blowing of the shofar. We give all praise and we give all honor unto Yahweh, YHWH, for He's worthy. He's worthy to be praised. Small, Yisrael, Yahweh, Ka Yahweh, Barukatah, 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 Yahweh, Melech, Haolam, Echum, Eshur, Shokim, Hashalom, Yahushua, Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Haolam, Echum, Me, Yet, Zara. Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Haolam, Eshur, Edish, Be, Mino, Yom, Ayasham, Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Haolam, Nadim, Echum, Atara, Small, Israel, Yahweh, Ika, Yahweh. Glory be unto Yah, for He's worthy to be praised. As you can see, the entitlement, the purpose of the new year. And I want to say this first off. A lot of you that are counting on other people to see the moon for you, you're not taking the time, especially if you are a male, and you're not taking the time to learn how to observe the moon. It's not that difficult on how to learn how to observe the moon. You're only going to observe the first 4 cycles, which is the new moon, which is your first quarter, your full moon, your last quarter, and the new moon. Notice I didn't say new crescent. I didn't say first visible light. And I'm going to just touch this. If you take away computers and cell phones and all these things, then you're going to have a problem. But I'm going to give y'all something to watch. Everybody is like letting men watch moons. Listen, back in our culture, you can say what you want, believe what you want. All men were to observe the moon. That's how you knew your compass. The sun and the moon, that's how you knew. All men would be out looking and watching. My culture will be watching waning, which is last visible light. Because then you're going into a rebirthing process of the moon. But the big thing is this for those who like looking for the first light. Let me tell you, there have been days where the sky is cloudy and they couldn't see that first light until maybe 3 days later. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to ask yourself something that y'all not asking yourself. Well, if they couldn't see it because it was cloudy, but the moon was there, but they couldn't see it for whatever reason, they couldn't see the moon. Y'all need to add those days. Ask them what do they do with those days. Does the month now have 33 days? Does it have 32 days? Does the month have 31 days? Because when you're looking for a first visible light of a moon, you gotta add those days, because every day that you don't see, every day you don't see that light, y'all gotta be adding. Y'all gotta be adding those days. And you can do this with a Gregorian calendar. You understand me? Days are days. They're days. The Gregorian calendar has some days mixed up when it comes to feast days, but a day is a day is a day. Even on the calendar, 24-hour period. Even on the Gregorian calendar, a day is a day. If you count those days, then you're going to run into some issues with your new crescent. Because sometimes when they see the crescent, it's 15% visibility on it. You know how many days 15% visibility? That means about 2 days don't went by before it was seen. So I'm not spending no time on it because I really don't care what's trending. And this is the same loop that a lot of conscious people are caught in. They're caught in. And that's not even what this season is for. That's not what the Moed, that's not what Moedim, that's not what it's for. We good at pointing fingers at the nations. We're good at pointing fingers. A lot of people saying that the Bible is our history. Well, if it's your history, then the chastisement and the judgment in the Bible also belong to those people too. You can't pick and choose. You can't tell me that I'm supposed to go by a moon in Israel, but I go by the sun in this country. You can't have it both ways. Either you're going to go by the moon they see and you're going to keep your Shabbat. Because the Shabbat in Israel is over now. It's over. It was over. What time that was today? When that was 2 o'clock. I told it was over. It was 9 something then. At 2:34, it was 9:34 in Israel. At 2:34, it was 9 at night. So as a babe, I tried all these formulas. I tried all these things, and there's no way you can keep that time because you can't. You can't do what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to go, we're going to keep the moon over there and we're going to keep the sun over here. You can't do that. If you're going to keep that time, then you're going to need to keep that time. But you're going to run into some issues. You're going to run into some real major problems. It's not an argument for me because, there's some individual battles that are not being addressed and taken care of. And there are some mental issues that's not being addressed and taken care of. We are in a time where we must earn y'all's trust. And a lot of men and women that's teaching, they don't trust themselves. They can't be trusted themselves. They can't even trust themselves with themselves. If anybody can follow that. See, listen. The land that Yah gave man must be kept mentally first. Mentally first. The land that Yahweh gave me, it must be kept in a mental faculty first. If I can't keep this land, if I can't observe the feast days in this land, then those out there don't mean nothing, and those become redundant according to the book of Isaiah. I'm sick of your feast days. I can't stand y'all new moons. I can't stand the altar y'all incense. I can't stand what y'all sending up to me. I'm sick and tired of it because y'all don't understand that it's not a physical land. It's not a physical location. That you are the land. And each and every one of us must go through these feast days in our bodies, mind, and soul yearly. This is a yearly Hajj. This is a yearly Hajj that must take place. It must take place inside us because it is cleansing and it is your resolution. You don't have to set resolution, New Year's resolution, because Yahweh has already appointed your New Year's resolution. Yahweh has appointed in Yom Kippur that you can't take that beef, you can't take that grief, right, and complaint that you got against your brother, you can't take it no further than Yom Kippur. You can't take it no further than that. You gotta lay your gift down at the altar, and you gotta go make matters right with your brother. You can't go no further when you truly are in the will of Yah. You know, it's a lot of men and women that's in Torah that's not in the will of Yah. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes your purpose has to outweigh and has to trump your righteousness. Your purpose sometimes will have to trump your righteousness. Your purpose. That's what you see in the book of Zechariah, where the Bible said that the high priest, Yehoshua, Joshua, stood before Yah, the angels, and they were talking about how filthy and how dirty it is. See, all sin is unrighteous, but there is a sin that is not of the devil. So what happened with Yehoshua, Joshua, his purpose outweighed his righteousness. And a lot of people not going to never get this because you think with the mind of man. And the mind of man doesn't have forgiveness. It's not able to forgive like Yahweh. It's not able to grant a man certain things. And it's not supposed to be, because only Yahweh can grant those things. Man cannot grant certain things because man cannot be the forgiver of the things that Yahweh is granting. So Yahweh is granting some things in this hour that you will surely call sin, but Yah doesn't see it as sin. You will surely call it iniquity, but Yah does not see it as iniquity. He does not see it as sin because he has purpose. And when a person has purpose, that's what keeps you. Your purpose. It's not about you. It was about your purpose. It was about what Yah placed in you before you were born. Before you ever came out your mother's womb, there was a purpose that you had to serve. But the day you outlived your purpose is the day you don't have any more luster. You don't have any more salt. The salt have lost. The salt done lost it. It done lost its tenacity. And that's what happened with a lot of people. They outlive a purpose. And then now their life is a life according to their own will, to their own desires. And when I came to understand what life was, then I had to release this in order to transition into everlasting life, eternal life. That's why death in this life, I said before, is the quality of death. It's how you die. It's not death that baffles me. It's not death that puzzles me. It's the mannerism of your death. And no man should be taking another man's life. No woman should be taking a man's life. No man should be taking a woman's life. And that's the issue. It's not about death. It's about the quality of death, how you die. And when you have senseless deaths, then that is what begins to affect us as a people. This beginning of this year, know that you need to be pruned. You need to be pruned. I need to be pruned. Because at the end of end gathering, there were some things that I picked up after the last festive day. There were some things that I picked up because it was winter. So in winter we get slothful. We get slothful in the wintertime. In the wintertime you get more time to think. So as me and Linnell were talking today, we understand the beauty of being set apart, because to be set apart is you control your thoughts. You control your thoughts. See, the Bible says that you need to mortify those thoughts, which means kill. So a man that can control what he thinks, or a woman can control what she thinks, that's a bad mama jamma. That's a bad mama jamma. A person who, when their mind begins through prayer, begins to pick up the trash, and begins to pick up the filth through the atmosphere. And they can say, look, that ain't my fault. What I've done is I've been effective and interceding. I was effective. But you got to know what to do with it. And you got to know how to clean it up. Let me see. See, the feast days, whether people know it or not, it unlocks the power. It unlocks the power of Yah, resulting in the renewing of the mind, body, and soul. Because the universe is on Yah's time and not man's time. Yah set it up. Listen, if done right, if the feast days are done right, you don't have to worry about losing weight. If the feast days are done right, you're going to lose weight. You're going to lose weight. That's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to begin to shed pounds. If the feast days are done right. If you get all the leaven, if you get all the silk, if you get all that stuff out your house, if you get all that stuff from around you, you'll begin to reduce. Because your intake will only be water, rest, and the word, and proper food. And proper food. It won't be no rise, no stars. It won't be none of that stuff. It'll almost be back to Levitical menu. The Levitical menu of Yah. Listen, everything has to grow. Everything has to age. Some things do both at the same time. Some things grow and they don't look like they're aging, but some things age and they don't look like they're growing. That's where we have to be real careful, because that's called stagnant. That's where one begins to become stagnant, because there's no growth. There's no growth. All growth cannot be seen by the naked eye. Most of the growth that we need, it needs to be done in the spirit realm. Because the growth that's done in the spirit realm, it begins to reflect in the natural. It begins to reflect in the natural. Because we are growing Spiritually, we are required yearly to come out of any physical, mental, and spiritual bondage, which is misery of Egypt. Then every one of us must go through the wilderness. Every one of us must go to Shabbat. Every one of us must go through the Red Sea. Every one of us must cross the Jordan. That's yearly. That's yearly. We must do those things. And then when we begin to investigate spiritually, we begin to find out. The wilderness, listen, going through the wilderness is more spiritual than physical. It's more mental. The wilderness is our state of mind and our state of being. That's the wilderness. The wilderness is not a location that we think that Yah is going to take us. This wilderness happens inside of each, every man, woman, and boy. Mentally. When Yah says, I'm going to gather you from the four corners of the earth, why do y'all think that He going to gather us and put us in the same place? What makes you think that Yahweh has to place all of us in the same location in order to give us the same information? What makes y'all think that? Because He said, I will gather you. No, when Yahweh gathers us, He gathers our thoughts. Our thoughts become collected as a card. Our thoughts become one. So it don't matter if you're to the far east, to the far west, to the far north, or to the far south. It doesn't matter because Yah gathers us spiritually, mentally. It is our mental faculties that Yah is after to gather. Yah is not after us to try to gather us back into one physical location. That's not His objective. His objective is the earth belongs to Yah. The earth, all this belongs to Yah. This is not ours. This is not man. Y'all don't need to get me back to no land. He needs to get me to understand that I must have all the attributes in the land. Once I get the attributes in this land, now anywhere I go, because my character is no longer the character of the heathen. See, it's a whole bunch of folks saying they're conscious, but your character heathen. You got a heathenistic. Your character is of the nations. Of the nations. You want to fight, you want to argue, you want to defend. They ain't got to defend nothing. Because one, I'm not arguing with you. Silence. 3 seconds of silence is dead. Silence. Don't need, listen, everything don't need a reaction, people. You're going to waste and expend a whole lot of energy. There's a lot of people that's been raised, they say they're bred, and they've been to the land, they've been raised, which is good. That's very good. But I would suggest that you come to know Yah in the spirit through availability and not through book knowledge, not through the studying of many books. Because I've seen men that get there through the study of many books and they're weaklings. They will project themselves to you as mighty great men, mighty great warriors. But as soon as trouble comes, they weaklings. I was talking to my wife today about it. I was like, where I turn? To my wife and the Yah. But you don't see me coming on Facebook to vent about myself. I might vent about the murders and the killings and we need to get the streets back to our children because that's what Yah said. That's what Yah said. But I'm not coming on here talking about anything that's pertaining to me personally. I don't need to, because I dwell in a place called already done. That's where I dwell. That's where I stay. I stay in that place. I'm wired. I'm hardwired for already done. That's why I move like I move. Because when I see the provision, once I see y'all have made provision, I move in. I move. And I move quickly and abruptly. When I see y'all have made a means to the end and a means to the way, I move in. You ain't got to coerce me. You ain't got to try to convince me. Because y'all has already showed me. And then I move aggressively. Aggressively. And lately, y'all has been doing very little moving. Very little moving. I've been seeing men do more moving than y'all do. Put it that way. They've been doing more moving than y'all. And how you know a person doing more moving than y'all? Because their efforts are vain. What they bring back, they're not bringing back fruit. The universe is not yielding. It's not yielding. Because y'all has not put it in a place to yield. He's not put it in a place to produce, other than what we need to eat, what we need to drink. Because we're not dealing with what we're supposed to be dealing with. Come on and turn in your Bible to Numbers chapter 32. Numbers 32. Y'all meet these people on Facebook. Y'all believe in everything they say. I tell my son, look, man, study. Study this word. Go back behind me and study this word. The spiritual things that I teach you one-on-one, that's where you're going to have to. That's where you're going to need the eyes and the mind of y'all. You know. Purpose of the festive season is first, Yahweh is aligning us and getting ready to bring our people out of bondage. When we travel back over to the book of Exodus, we're coming out of bondage. See, I would tell somebody to say we coming out of bondage. But I know that might sound like too much like church, but I'm going to say it anyway. We coming out of bondage. Now, I want you to observe something, because we're going to look at this from a spiritual side. And Moshe said unto them, if you will do this thing, if you will go armed before Yah to war. All right? I want you to keep that thought. That we will go on before Yah to war, verse 21, and will go all of you armed over the Jordan before Yah until he have driven out his enemies from before him. Now let me show y'all something about this when you deal with this spiritually. I want you to turn to the book of Yehoshua. Y'all call it Joshua. I want y'all to turn to the 7th chapter. And I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something spiritual in the book. Look at 11. Israel have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. But they have even taken the accursed thing and have also stolen the symbol also, and they have put it among their own. Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you anymore, except you destroy. You have to destroy the accursed from among you. Now, I want y'all to get this in a spiritual sense. if you're going to apply this verse and this school of thought, you must first apply this to yourself. You can't apply this to your next door neighbor. You can't apply this to the Christian. You can't apply it to the monk, to the Muslim. You have to begin to understand that you cannot stand against your enemy, right? Until you do what? Verbatim. It says, neither will I be with you anymore. So y'all say, I'm not going to be with you anymore except you destroy the accursed from among you. And the accursed thing is what's inside of us. And that is the purpose for the new year, for the biblical new year. The biblical new year is so we can give up the accursed thing. So we can give up these things that we have taken on. The first 2 years, the first 3 that you begin was definitely the first one, the first year, the second year. The feast day is not going to really mean that much to you. You're not going to really get anything out of it. Because you're doing it with the uncertainty. And anytime you do something with the uncertainty, then you're doing it with you're unsure. And when you're unsure, you don't know what to expect. I know, and my wife knows, we know just what to expect in y'all feast days. We know that coming out of bondage, the first thing we're going to begin to deal with is what? Obedience and discipline. Obedience and discipline. Now you have to start following a strict line of command from Yah. He's going to give you 2 weeks to get yourself in order to go into purification. Unleavened bread. Unleavened bread. He's going to grant you 14 days. He's going to grant you 2 completions. 77, 2 completions. Before you come into this 14th day of Passover. Your state of execution. Passover, stay of execution. That's all. Stay of execution. But this is the time where you're going to need to do this here in these 10 days. Listen to verse 13. Up and sanctify the people. And say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, for thus saith Yah, Abba, Yahweh of Israel, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee. O Israel, thou cannot stand before thy enemies until you take away the accursed thing from among you. Move back over to Numbers. I hope we can get a little bearing. Numbers 32. That's where I was. And verse 20. Now it may make more sense. And Moses said unto them, if you would do this thing, if you would go armed before Yah to war. That's what Yah is allowing us to do within those 14 days. Yahweh is allowing ourselves to arm ourselves to go to war. We finna get ready to go to war. Spirit against flesh. That's where the war is, people. That's where the war is within. The war is not without. The war is one within. You're only fighting battles. You're fighting battles, but the war is within. And once you overwhelm the war within, now Yahweh gonna give you, He's gonna bring you into the land. To where now you understand how to dwell in this land. You understand how to dwell in this land. You understand how you are supposed to treat and how you are supposed to reverence Yah and how you are supposed to reverence your neighbor. But the war that is fought is in the land. This the land. Don't let nobody trick you and get you fighting outside of you. You already done lost because y'all not going to be with you because you got the cursed thing inside of you. Y'all better hear this. So y'all say until you get ready, and what you need to be ready on, you need to be ready on this. You need to be ready to go to war against your flesh. You need to be ready to go to war against your flesh in this season. This is where you finna win. That's where y'all say, listen. He said, listen, their defense is gone. Their defense is left. Their defense is gone. You understand me? Listen, the flesh will be bread for you in this season, in this time. The flesh will be bread for you. Stop trying to fight the Africans. Stop trying to fight the white man. Stop trying to fight your brother. It's the flesh that Yahweh wants us to conquer. Listen to the book. And Moses said unto them, if you will do this thing, if you will go armed before Yah to war, and will go all of you armed over the Jordan before Yah until he have driven out his enemies from before him. Now look at what Yahweh says when he said when we move. When we move, we can't move with pedophiles, people. We can't move with rapists, people. We can't move with liars and thieves. You understand me? We can't move. That's why there has to be the strict penalties of Torah. Because you got to weed out the weak. I don't care if it's my brother, cousin, daughter, son. I don't care who it is. The weak got to be weeded out. Because the weak cannot stand in the congregation of Yah. Because if you do, they standing with the accursed thing inside of them. And if they have the accursed thing and y'all coming before Yah as a conglomerate, as a people, y'all coming to Yah as a people, you already done lost. Because Yah said that you can't come. That you can't come before him as that you can't do that. But we got people with agendas, with motives. They come talking soft-spoken. They come speaking to y'all soft-spoken. You understand me? They speaking to you like this. They speaking to you like this. They speaking to you all these kind of ways. But their motives and their agenda trying to get you to go, they already let you know that their mentality is futile. And I'm not talking about against my elders, but their mentality is futile, because you telling me that we need to be gathered in one specific location. If you think in your mind that when y'all say I will gather you from the four corners of the earth, you think he's not talking to gather you mentally? You got to be gathered mentally. Y'all talking about a physical gathering of a whole bunch of folks who don't even know how to occupy the land. So you mean to tell me you're going to take a whole bunch of folks who don't know how to occupy this land, and then you're going to go put them in the Holy Land? That land already defiled. That land is defiled. It's a show is y'all set foot on it. It's defiled. Because you was not willing to go to war against your flesh, but you was willing to go to war against your brother. No. That ain't how it works. Listen to the book. So verse 21 says, and I will go all of you armed over the Jordan before y'all. I told you, we got to cross these things. And when you cross the Jordan, this is what the requirement is. When you cross the Jordan, when you cross the Red Sea gonna tell you what the requirement is when you cross it. When you cross this Jordan before y'all, until he have driven out his enemies from before you. Driven out the enemies from where? Driven out the enemies from within the land. That's why you can't stay married. Because the enemy in the land. That's why you can't keep a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Because the enemy in the land. You're not driving out the enemy. You see everybody as the enemy, but you're not driving out the true enemy. You allow the enemy safe passage. You allow the enemy refuge. Because you're trying to fight an outward fight. That's a fight that's supposed to be done inwardly. Then once you win, you get the victory inwardly. Then the whole world, it's a whole other type of world to you. It's a whole type of, it's a whole different ball game because you walking in a peace. You walking in a rest. You walking in something that very few people will experience in this lifetime. Because they don't understand what the feast days are for. They're not for your fine garments. They're not for your finest hairdos, your finest hair wraps, and your finest zzzs. The feast days are not for decor. They're not for that. They have some days where you can dress. They have some feasts where there is celebration. But our problem is we want to celebrate on the way to the celebration. See, we don't want to do the hard work. See, I tell all young people, look, do the hard stuff first. Do the hard stuff while it's easy. Because when you get older, the hard stuff hard. When you're young, the hard stuff easy. Because you got that youth. But when you get older, you don't have time for all that. You don't have time for all that. We taking a walk through the spirit of the level. Now I'm not finna give y'all this card because I'm going to go deal with something else. Listen to the book. He said the enemy got to be driven out from before him, from before y'all. Why? The enemy got to be driven out of us so that we can stand before our enemies. What does that mean? That means no matter what situation that I ever get in, I ain't finna act out in my lower self. I'm going to make decisions in my higher self. I ain't going to make no decision when I'm here. I'll wait till I get here to make my decisions. Because anytime you make decisions here, you're only going to hurt yourself. Because that's your lower nature. When you make decisions here in your higher self, that's thought out and that's orchestrated by y'all. But down here, you got nothing coming. I learned that the hard way. I learned about making decisions down here. And that's where many conscious people are making their decisions. They're making their decisions when people are murdered and when people, you know what I'm saying, when things have happened, when people have come up kidnapped, or people have gotten beaten up. That's when they want to make their decisions in their wrath, in their anger. Y'all's not with that because now you're taking on the cursed thing and y'all's not going to fight with you, for you, or with you holding on to the cursed thing. Y'all fight for me because, hey, I turn it loose. Let it go. And y'all do your fighting for you. Listen, I said it before, everything that's said or done don't require a reaction. Hebrews require, they have a reaction for everything. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. And it's just not y'all. Come on, watch this. Watch this. And the land be subdued before y'all. What land y'all think he talking about? He talking about this land. Listen, I can't live next door to you, you heathen. Not in the land. I can't live next door to you, you thief. You liar. You fornicator. You adulteress. can't live next to you, and I'm talking about we in the land now, and this was next door to me, a pedophile. Oh, children of the Most High. Listen to what he says. Verse 22 says, and the land be subdued. Everybody must subdue the land. Yes, this is the land. This land has to be subdued. You must be able to tell yourself what to think. They don't believe that. They don't believe that. People think that, oh, I just supposed to have a random thought. No, you're supposed to be able to tell yourself what to think. That's why Yahweh say, never let this word depart. Don't stop talking or reciting this word. He said, keep this word in your mouth. Keep the word. If you keep this word in your mouth, you can't keep this word on this side of the mouth and then another word coming out on that side of the mouth. If you keep this word in your mouth, then that's edification. Because evil communication corrupt good manners. And the land be subdued before who? Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. If we go to a remote area where there's no human occupancy, what subduing do that land need to do? What subduing do the land of Israel need to do? Oh, I know what y'all going to say. The Jews. No. Don't try to make the land people. Not like that. See, that's what we do. That's what I told you. Now, you'll make the land people, right? Oh, that verse means the land people. Well, if the land is people, then let's start dealing with individuals. So if the land is people, then that means that the individuals are the land. I'm just going to use their own school of thinking with them. Because the same word you spit is the same word you're going to have to swallow. Since y'all say land means nations. Land means heathen, or whatever y'all going to say. So if you're putting that on a group of people, you're going to have to deal with yourself first. And before you can ever deal with those people. So don't tell me, oh, what he doing with this, man, I'm walking through the spirit. I'm walking through the mind and through the eyes of Yah. And just sharing. That's all I'm doing. Because I don't like to share. None of this type of stuff. Y'all can go do what you want to do if it was left up to me. Because we stiff-necked. And we hard-headed. And we don't listen to nothing but failure. That's the only thing we listen to. Once we hit that break, once we fail, now we got ears to hear. Now you need counseling. No. I don't need it that way. Give me my roses while I'm living. Don't give me my rose. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall in no hole. By no wayside. Give me mine now. Listen what the book says. And the land be subdued before y'all. Watch. Then, afterwards, you shall return. Once this is subdued, then Yahweh will give you full reign over the entirety of this kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thou shall be done on earth as it is. Boy, y'all better get it. Because now, you know how to mortify your thoughts. You understand? You know how to cleanse yourself when you pray for people. You don't just pray for people and then now you depressed. Now you sick. You understand? This has to be done first, and everybody trying to design their own blueprint, and it's in the Torah. It don't need your help. It don't need my help. It is, and it do what it's designed to do. And these feast days are designed to mature you spiritually and mentally. Spiritually and mentally, these feast days mature you. Promise you. Because what did he say? It says, and the land be subdued. What did it say got to be done first? First you got to subdue the land. Then afterwards, you shall return to occupy and be guiltless before Yah and before Yisrael, which would be, I know what y'all done did here, but that's a form of the universe. It's what it actually is. It's what that is. And this land shall be your possession before y'all. This land is my possession before y'all. This is my possession. That means if I go to Russia, if I go to Korea, no matter where I go, I know how to conduct myself because Yah is upon me. I can't go nowhere and do nothing because Yah beat me up. That's how I'm wired. That's why I don't do a lot of stuff. Because when my mind used to try to do stuff, man, if you leave now, he already done. So his all-seeing eye does see you, and plus he already know your fault. Man, ain't no sense of going to me to do that. Ain't no sense of me even going to do it. For what? He beat me to it. I can't do nothing but respect it. I gotta respect it. Because that's who he is, and that's who I serve. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. But if you will not do so, here we go. Them buts and them ifs, them conjunction words. Behold, you have sinned against Yah, and be sure your sin will find you out. Woo! Now that's where the church get that from the Torah. Sin will find you out. No, y'all have heard him say that in church. Yeah. That's where it come from. No. They ain't make that up. Listen. If you don't bring this land, which is not a kingdom yet. It's not a kingdom yet. It's just land. You got to build on it. And how you build on it, you build on it by going through the feast days. And when you go through the feast days long enough, year by year, then you live in a kingdom. Not out there. Yeah. Yes. Peace. The body begins. The mouth begins. The ears begin to do what you render for it to do. It begins to do as told. It begins to speak as spoken to. My mouth speaks what I spoke to it. My mouth do not have the capacity to speak on its own any longer. Some people's mouth speak on its own. My mouth can't speak on its own no more. I got to fail safe. It's got to go through the spirit. My mouth can't speak. So some stuff better off not saying. Because if I'm thinking about saying it, I need to work on me, because that shouldn't even be my fault. Because I want to be set apart. And to be set apart, you have to be able to control your thinking. You have to control your thinking. Because what the feast days do, they build your character. They build character. The feast days is a place where you exchange character for character. That's what's done in these feast days. Your character begins to materialize, and it begins to take on. It begins to shed. It's like this thing I saw, and it was two caterpillars, and the two caterpillars were sitting to the table drinking coffee, and the one caterpillar told the other caterpillar, "You've changed. Because the other caterpillar was sent to the table and had turned into a butterfly. It had wings. And he told the other caterpillar that hadn't gotten the wings, we supposed to. We supposed to evolve. We supposed to change for the better. I'm supposed to turn into a caterpillar. You didn't know. See, some people don't understand you're supposed to turn into a butterfly. But you still got the mentality of a worm. You got the mentality of a caterpillar. See, that caterpillar had to go into what is called a cocoon. That caterpillar went through its own form of feast days. It went through a transformation. It went through a maturing process. See, when it was a caterpillar, it was an adolescent. But when it went through that process, it began to mature. Listen. But if you will not do so, behold, you have sinned against Yahweh, and be sure your sin will find you out. Your sin will find you out. How your sin gonna find you out? How your sin gonna find you out, people? How your sin gonna find you out? You gonna be a liar? You gonna be a cheat, a thief, a murderer? You gonna be everything the Bible said that you weren't supposed to be. Because that's what sin, that's what sin does. You understand me? Sin exposes your immaturity. Sin exposes your growth or lack of. That's what sin does. See, sin has a purpose for some people. I spoke to my wife about something this morning, which I'm not going to say what it is. But the thing that I spoke of, a lot of y'all wouldn't even understand, because y'all have not entreated y'all to understand things through the mind of y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all this here. Some sin will bring you to the foot of the throne of y'all. See, sometimes people can get so righteous. Watch me. They can get so righteous. Or they can get into a place to where they think they know so much, or they think that because they are not committing sin in their life, they're doing everything by the numbers. Why I said in the prayer, they're doing everything by the numbers. But they get to a place to where they build. Where they build. And their righteousness becomes their offense. Because now their righteousness is doing something that it's not supposed to do. Your righteousness is never supposed to supersede your purpose. That's what I was talking about, purpose earlier. Your purpose has to supersede your righteousness. Man, I don't want to go over there, man. I don't want to go and talk to him over there. I don't want to go talk to them. You understand me? I know what he's doing. That's called I'm righteous. I know my worth. I know my value. But when y'all say go and do so, you can become too righteous being not done that. In my early stages. In my early stages in this walk. You become so righteous to your expectancy of people is not real. It's not real. Because no one, while I'm patient, can learn as fast or like I want them to learn. You understand? But what I'm watching for is I'm watching to make sure that they are destroying the accursed thing. Because if they got the accursed thing and I allow them to come around me, then you can't stand before your enemies. I'm standing before mine. And the enemy they talk about that you'll be able to stand before, is the observer, the man in the mirror. That's the man that you'll be able to stand before. That's the man that you'll be able to trump. That's the man that you'll be able to defeat. That's to be the man that you can tell, go sit down somewhere, I'm busy. Don't you hear grown folks, go sit down, little child, because that man in the mirror is a child. And I mean not a child, that man in the mirror is an infant. He got childish ways, he got childish intentions. Only thing that man in the mirror want to do is he want to do childish junk, childish stuff. That's all. That's why y'all say you got to do what I tell you to do. You got to do what I tell you to do. You got to destroy. See, I didn't have a problem with destroying self. Y'all know why I didn't have a problem with destroying self? Because the feast day destroyed. The feast day destroyed the old me. Tar destroyed the old me. It wasn't any place for my flesh to find refuge. I couldn't hide. And a lot of folks can hide because there's no authenticity. When you come before y'all, you're going to need to come with authenticity and availability. If you don't have availability, then you will not be getting no abilities or ability from y'all. Let's get some stuff straight by now. Whatever you concocting in your head because you reading a book or you think you getting something, the only thing you getting is you getting worldly stuff. Listen, Yahweh only gives spiritual things to those that are of the spirit. He don't give carnal people spiritual things. They can't do nothing with it. That's nothing they can do. Come on, turn your Bibles to Ezekiel chapter 20. Turn to Ezekiel chapter 20. We trying to move. You know, we trying to move as a people, but man, we gotta do the heavy work, the heavy lifting. You gotta do the heavy lifting. 20 and 33. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. I'm gonna walk in the spirit. And the reason why I'm gonna walk in the spirit, people, is because myself and my wife, we only teach to your spirit. We don't teach to your flesh. Your flesh know enough. Your flesh got enough advantage over you. So why should I teach and preach to your flesh, people? Huh? And the reason why what I'm teaching, you don't know it, or some of you may know it, is because I'm teaching. And if you truly teaching, then you're truly supposed to be spitting something that a person ain't never heard before. If you really teaching. You understand me? If you really teaching somebody who's taught and educated, done read through this book, and you teach it, it should be something that they have not seen before, or maybe seen before. But it should be new. It should be fresh. It should be new, because one thing about newness makes you evolve. Why does it make you evolve? Because it's new, you don't know it. It's new, you don't know it. So it makes you evolve. It makes you come up higher because it's new. I put any man or woman in the room with a whole bunch of suits. Everybody walking around with tuxedos on. Everybody's using doctoral language. You got doctors, you got lawyers. No one in that room is talking foolish. That person, if I keep taking them in that room, they're going to begin to raise the bar. Are they going to go back to their cesspool where people using this language and using that word, those verbiages. You understand? Because some people just don't want to change. And when a person just don't want to change, that's their business, Hebrew. He don't call nobody no coon or call nobody out their name. They call the information that they got and the information that you done got don't line up with how you think they should think. That ain't on me, that's on y'all. Man, listen, if y'all don't do it, what make you think you spitting out this book gonna do? It take a combination. And that's why we say the spirit of the letter. Because we doing letter, y'all moving in spirit. The spirit of the letter. And then y'all is able to come into deposit himself. Because spirit of the letter, spirit, no, not spirit of the letter, spirit of his word, spirit of his scripture, the spirit of his scripture. When you begin to speak, then people should become uncomfortable. They shouldn't just sit and not be bothered. Unless they're walking. Unless they're walking upright. If they're walking upright, they're not going to be bothered. When people get in the pulpit and they preaching or I hear something, I ain't bothered. Unless it's an area where I ain't dealing with it. You got to come out of the comfort zones. That's what makes you strong. When you come out of comfortable places. Listen, verse 20 of Ezekiel. Chapter 20 of Ezekiel, verse 33. Listen to the book. As I live, saith Yah, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. Now y'all ain't saying, however you like it, however you want it. Y'all want to call it captivity. Y'all want to call it Babylon. I don't know what y'all want to call it. But y'all are saying, I'm going to rule over the people of this book anyway, anyhow they choose. He leaving it up to us. Because he's saying, look, I will make a way of escape. And the way of escape is the feast days. Listen, negative energy cannot follow you in the feast days. They have to wait on the other side. Because you're so occupied, preoccupied with everything that y'all got going on, you don't have time for negativity. You don't have time. I don't have time for negativity. With everything that y'all has going on, and he's very precise. Listen to the book.